Hello, I'm Kendra, and here at Hooked by Happenstance, it is technically after midnight, but even so, it is time for my Sunday sunrise, week 5. I waited this late today because, as you can hear, I woke up this morning without a voice, and this is about as good as it's gotten all day. But I wanted to put this video up or I was going to end up more behind, so bear with me, please. If this is your first time here for a Sunday sunrise, what it is my solution to New Year's resolutions, where rather than making year-long goals in January when I have no clue what's going to happen, kind of like I had no clue I was going to lose my voice today, I am going week by week. So every Sunday, I take a look at the past week, shed some light on the things that I did, and decide whether or not I made good choices in my crafting life. And then I look forward to the coming week and make some decisions. Well, there's still all that potential, and I haven't messed it up yet. So we are going to go over my list from last week and discuss how I did on things. So the first thing on my list, I sneezed and now I have a voice. Go figure. Anyways, the first thing on my list was that I had 17 things on my On the Hook list, and I found one more before I posted this video, so I had 18. And I wanted to decrease that number by a third, so finish 6 items, which I have done. Then the second thing on my list was to do no new starts until I have one of the sweaters on my On the Hook list done. And it was super helpful for me that this was on my list because I received some happy mail this week, a surprise delivery of yarn from a friend who dyes yarn. So Kat's yarn arrives in the mail and I was like, oh, I want to play with it. And I'm like, no, you have made a rule. So I have not touched it yet. I mean, I've touched it plenty, but I have not started any projects yet because I needed to finish a sweater, and that is what I did because I had some good incentive. So I have finished my Lodge sweater, which I will show you in more detail tomorrow on the Makes Monday podcast. My third thing was to put one repeat of colors into my Tides of Change blanket, and the Tides of Change is this one here. And it basically has 5 colors, and they're just repeated over and over in succession. And I did do my one repeat of color. And again, I'm very glad it was on my list, because otherwise it probably would have gone to the wayside. And the summer is creeping up, and I need this done for a graduation present. So it is good to make these goals now, so that I will have the finished product later. And then the fourth thing on my list was to do an Etsy update this week. Unfortunately, that has not happened. I was on pace. Yesterday, I did a lot of work on it, and I was actually on pace that had I been nose to the grindstone all day today, I would be all ready to either have put it up tonight or tomorrow morning. But because I woke up feeling the way that I do today, I did do some sewing this morning, but not a lot. And honestly, not a lot's going to happen tonight. So hopefully tomorrow I will feel better, and I will have an update up either tomorrow evening, Monday, or Tuesday morning. We will see. But update is happening, and I'm excited for it. And some of the bags are super cute, and some of them are even cuter. And then the last thing on my list was that I wanted to post 4 videos this week minimum, which I did not do. I had said that should be totally doable. I already have 2 of them filmed because I was filming the Sunday sunrise, and then I also already had a Let Peach Lip pick ready. And I edited those videos and got them up, but I didn't film anything else this week just because I was not feeling great. So next week, we'll see. So that is how I did last week, and I think I did pretty good getting my On the Hook list down by a third. I feel like is an accomplishment. And holding off on starting new projects all week, that is definitely a major accomplishment because I did not finish that sweater until this morning. So I have not had the chance to start anything new yet because then I worked on my Tides of Change this afternoon. So I followed my list like a good person who makes these goals and then follows them. So now we have this week's, which again, tiny paper, fat marker, my solution to overcommitment. So for the 5th through the 11th of February, my first goal is going to be to do 2 color sequences on my Tides of Change. Now, obviously, this is going to be substantially more work on the blanket because when you're working in the mandalas, every circle gets bigger and more stitches, so every row is more intense the further out you go. And I'm doubling my efforts from last week, plus the circumference is going to be larger. So 2 is going to be quite a lot of work, I actually think, but it needs to be done. Then the second thing is that my Etsy update will happen. It will happen in its own time. I am not going to pressure myself and tell you when it's going to happen because that makes nobody happy. But if you follow me on Etsy, I always make sure to fill out the little update thing when I do an update, so you will get pinged by Etsy, however they go about that. Also, if you follow me on Instagram at HookedByHappenstance, I always make sure to post over there when my Etsy updates go live. Sometimes I post other things too, but sometimes I don't. But I always make sure to post the Etsy updates. So, those are the places to look for that. And then the third goal is that this week I want to put out a podcast, which will come out tomorrow, a Freaker Frog, which will come out later in the week, a Let Peach Lip Pick, and I think there might be a Yarn Tales this week because I have 2 books that I finished that I have not added into my Yarn Tales shawl yet. So there is the potential this week for a minimum of 4 videos, including this one, maybe 5. And I'm committing to that this week because, yeah, I need to do that. It makes me happy. And it made me very sad this week to not put up more videos, but it wasn't practical. I'm trying to make good choices. You should try and make good choices too. So hopefully you will take a moment today, tomorrow, sometime, and contemplate what you did last week and what you want to do this week, and then be realistic and cut it down by half, because that is what I have to do. I think about what I would like to get done this week, and then I recognize that I am a very poor judge of how long things take, and I dial it back a little. Some might argue I still don't dial it back enough, but so far so good this week. So I hope that you all have a great week. On the screen next to me is a link to some other video from the channel if you'd like to check that out, as well as links to subscribe and over to my daily vlog channel where I daily vlog every day. It's not always exciting, but sometimes it is. And down below is a link to my Etsy shop where you can check out the project bags and again, be ready for that update. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!